Deuce and Mo back in the film room. We are going back to the Kings-Lakers second preseason game for Sacramento. They played that in Anaheim, and we saw something different. Sasha Vezenkov was in the starting lineup, so we went, you know what? We need to look at how it looked on offense and defense in this game. There's a lot of good stuff from here.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things to break down. I know a lot of people would look at just his stats and go, oh, not the best shooting night. It's not just about his shooting. It's about what else was he doing, moving without the ball. So it was fun to look back, especially seeing him with this starting unit.
All right, so let's dive in. This first one I just want to show is just showing that Sasha can actually get up and down the floor a little bit.
Okay.
Because I think some people think he's so slow, but in this play, in transition, he is sprinting, which is great, right? When he gets to half court, and it draws Gabe Vincent, allows Fox and Sabonis to get in their action, and then what do you know? It leads to a Fox floater.
I love that you picked out this one because I just think it's funny. I mean, all he's doing is a fundamental thing, right? Running his lane, getting in there fast, turning on the Jets at the half court line. But you're exactly right. Like, he knows what he's supposed to do, and he's doing it, which is exactly what you're saying, causing the rest of the defense to actually feel his presence and pay attention to him.
Yeah, and with this Kings offense, you're going to have to get up and down the floor. Some have questioned his speed in this situation. He turned it on. Good to see. Okay, this next play I loved because, again, it's in transition. Sabonis has the ball. And what I love about this, because it's an early offense, Gabe Vincent has to pick up Sasha, a little cross match. And this is a very simple play. How about the fact that Barnes comes to pin down and Sasha rejects it to cut to the basket?
And such a smart move by Sasha because he saw Gabe Vincent overplaying it. He was going to come over Harrison Barnes in the screen. And obviously he was going to do that because Sasha is a shooter. And great job by Jackson Hayes trying to help out Gabe Vincent. But what did that do? It left Harrison Barnes wide open. Just a really great read.
Yeah, and that's the type of stuff that can make the Kings offense even more dangerous in these situations because obviously Sasha's going to be a threat as a shooter. And he could have come off this screen and maybe gotten the ball from Sabonis and shot a three. Instead, he cuts to the basket. Morgan, this next play, just a little split action. And this is something that I think that Mike Brown can utilize a lot, especially with Sasha in this situation. You know, the Fox-Sabonis duo is going to draw so much attention from defenses because of how talented they are offensively. And in this action, feed it to Sabonis, Fox screens, and the result was pretty.
Yeah, and it's so simple, right? And look at the way that Fox actually seeks out Sasha's defender in Prince, and then Sasha does a great job of coming off that and then utilizing Sabonis's body to get that step back three to create that space. Smooth, butter, love it.
This is another example of Sasha moving without the ball, Morgan. And he's going to be very dangerous because of the shooting, but also the cutting. The result was not a made basket here, but look at this play in general. Give and go. And
look at the way that he drops that off to Sabonis and just curls. He sees an open lane in the paint. Yep, that's where I'm going to go. Sabonis didn't obviously make the best pass. It ends up being a turnover. But again, De'Aaron Fox setting a good screen for his teammate and Sasha making the right read off of it.
Okay, this next play, this is just Sasha showing his awareness on the floor.
I love it. Just moving without the basketball, right? And like you said, awareness. He's aware that Sabonis is in some trouble down there. He sees nobody is guarding him. Wide open lane. Once again, everybody's sleeping on the Lakers. Makes that cut. Just fumbles it in his hands and can't finish it.
Yeah, and that's a play you expect him to finish, obviously. But again, it's moving without the ball. He sees Prince doing some ball watching, and Sasha takes advantage. Next play, how about Sasha putting the ball on the floor, Morgan?
I love it. Look how deep he was. Little pump fake, get Prince to come up on him a little bit more because you have to respect where Sasha is going to shoot it on this floor. And then what does he do? Puts the ball on the floor, goes to the rim. That's something you want to see, go at the rim a little bit more aggressively, even with that type of floater. But it's a good idea.
Another early offense situation for the Kings, and of course, there's a mismatch. Sasha has D'Angelo Russell on him. So I was curious, all right, what's he going to do here? A brief moment of hesitation, and then he busts that little Dirk step back.
I love that. He recognizes he has the size advantage. Faces up. That's what I love. He faces him. He doesn't just stay back, try and back him down or anything. He knows he's capable of making a shot like that.
That was Dirk-esque.
Okay, calm down.
Okay, let's look at the defense. You know, in that first preseason game, there were some issues. Him giving up middle, not being in the right position on a weak side help. I felt like he cleaned up those things in this game.
Yeah, he seemed like he wanted to make sure people could feel his presence. And let's see this one where he is on the floor. Look how he's more in the paint. He's got 2 feet in the paint. He's still in help. And then right there, his guy was in the corner. But because HB was obviously going to be the defender that was going to be closer to that corner 3, they just automatically switch.
Yep.
It's just, I mean, it's automatic. Those are the little things that you're going to see them get quicker and better at as they keep playing together.
Okay, in this play, I thought this was a nice recovery by Sasha, but the end result, he gets in the landing area of Taurean Prince for the N1.
Yeah, and it's, you know, all starts with him trailing behind. But again, from the first preseason game, if he was trailing behind, he's not recovering. So it was nice to see him actually recover on this. Not the best finish, you know, obviously the way that he tried contesting that shot, he got in his landing space and then it ended up being an and one.
This next play, you know, you get concerned about mismatches. This time, D'Angelo Russell has him. And you're worried about this situation because D'Angelo can cook almost anybody out there, right? And Sasha did a good job being more in a defensive stance.
Yeah, I love it. He's sitting down, doing a much better job, trying to make sure he's altering the vision of D'Lo so he can't just get it into Jackson Hayes, which he still does, but a much better job by Sasha.
Okay, this next defensive play, Morgan, what do you see here?
Well, it looks like one of those defensive drills that you do in practice. Look, he comes over to help the drive to try and cut off baseline. Boom, ball gets skipped to the corner. Okay, what does he do? Oh, it's getting swung around. He's got to sprint out to Taurean Prince. That's his guy. Now, Prince makes that shot. And what I would say from Sasha, it's just like we talked about the other day. That's one of those shots you got to make sure you're running out on him. I know you might be worried he's going to pump fake and go by you, but that's why if you're sitting down, if you are chopping your feet and making sure you're sitting down in a stance, you'll be able to move with him quicker. So better job though of just understanding where he needs to be on the floor. He just needs to get places quicker.
Yeah, he slowed down, it looked like, at the very end of this. You know what I mean? Morgan, this is one of my favorite moments from Sasha defensively.
Oh.
He went to go take the charge and help. Okay, it wasn't there, but he stayed with his man and contested a shot, forced a tough shot.
Yeah, he did a good job of willing and wanting to sacrifice his body there. You know, he needs to work on and staying even straight up, even on taking that charge. But what I love about it is exactly what you said. He stayed with him, kept a hand in his face, and ended up contesting the shot. And he's helped. Harrison Barnes, you know, needed that help, and they do a good job of communicating that and switching that right there.
So transition defense has been a problem for Sacramento in the preseason. This is a great example of that, where it's attention to detail here. First of all, the ball gets into the paint. That's bad. That usually leads to a spray. And in this situation, Sasha is in the paint too, and the Lakers had the floor spread.
Well, I mean, no, it's not only Sasha. Like, there was like 5 Kings jerseys in the paint, right? Like, everyone's just like, let's all crash the board. Hood Schifino shouldn't have gotten that far into the paint in transition. Someone's got to pick up ball. And then you saw him find the open trailer, which is bound to happen. But again, I would say Sasha's closeout right there. Look at that. Just really confused on which way he's going to go. And so then he ends up being flat-footed. Just chopping your feet, the little fundamental things. He's just got to get better at that.
And this last play came in the fourth quarter. You know, Sasha, of course, is going to have trouble with some of these athletic guys. And this is a tough position for him to be in. So if you're going to be in this position, better have active hands. In this situation, he does a good job digging here to deflect and cause a turnover.
Yeah, I like it. And look where he was. He was sitting down a little bit further while keeping his hands active, moving his feet. Just good job there. I think what's fun seeing something like that is going, okay, he's capable of these things.
So overall, I think his offense looks great. He's going to knock down shots. I'm very confident in that. He just looks like he's got a good flow. Defensively, I saw some areas of improvement from the first preseason game, and that's what you got to look for. That's what it's for. It's okay, grasping the team concepts, making some tweaks, watching film, and learning these NBA players.
Yeah, and I think also building that chemistry, communicating with one another, so then when you do have those defensive flaws, you have teammates that can make it look a little better, that can clean stuff up. And he was doing the same thing for other guys as well on his team because he's a smart player.
What's jumped out to you about Sasha through the first 2 preseason games? What do you think his potential is? Drop it in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe and hit the thumbs up. Appreciate you guys.